Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video. Today we have a host of topics to talk about. Now we're going to talk about Xbox and their third-party plans, or their plans of releasing games on other platforms, as well as Sony and their PlayStation plans of releasing games on other platforms. Now, last week we got the information from Phil Spencer that we've been waiting for quite some time, and he confirmed that 4 titles are coming to other platforms. Of course, this is the PlayStation 5 and the Switch. Now, it's going to be Hi-Fi Rush, followed by Pentiment, followed by Sea of Thieves, and Grounded. Now, there's a lot of Xbox fans that are under the impression that Microsoft is only going to release 4 games ever on these other platforms. And I have to be honest with you guys, that is not the case. More exclusive titles are going to go to other platforms. Now, Microsoft bought a bunch of new studios, and I've said this many times before. A lot of these studios, a lot of these developers, they make third-party games. The companies are founded on the idea of releasing their games everywhere, and of course, this is how they make their money. Now, for Microsoft to take all of those games and just release them on PC and Xbox, that would make that company less profitable, and we all know that Microsoft is into making money, not losing money. So a lot of these games, a lot of these studios that they acquired, they're going to be released on other platforms. Now, are we still going to have exclusives on the Xbox platform? Absolutely. Now, Phil Spencer said that he doesn't want to cause any type of harm to the Xbox brand, and we all know that certain exclusives, if they make their way to the PlayStation, that would indeed harm the Xbox brand. Now, these exclusives are Forza, are Halo, are Fable, are Flight Sim. These games are tried and true Xbox games. Forza, these games make up Microsoft's identity. Now, some of these studios that they acquired, I do believe that some of these games we will have exclusive, but a lot of these games will also be making an appearance on other platforms. That's just the cold, hard truth. Now, I see a lot of people doing videos and doing reports and tweeting out stuff in message forums saying that Microsoft is only going to release these 4 games, there's no other games ever coming, or that's just going to be a few games. It's going to be a lot more games that I feel Xbox fans are going to be comfortable with. However, I do still think we're going to have exclusive games on the Xbox platform, just not from all of these studios that Microsoft acquired. Now, a lot of Sony guys are out there laughing it up and saying that a lot of games are going to be coming to the PlayStation 5. We're going to get all of your games. They're all going to come eventually. This is just a test. And I do believe it is partly a test. And I do believe that when Microsoft sees that they're able to make revenue off of these other platforms, they are going to release other games there. But the core games that make up Microsoft or Xbox's identity, those will not make an appearance on the PlayStation 5. I'm quite confident in that. Now, Indiana Jones, I don't know. That game could be exclusive. That game could be a timed exclusive. Starfield, I have to be honest with you guys. Although Phil Spencer said that Starfield is not on the first 4 games that are coming, I cannot rule out that game not making an appearance on the PlayStation 5 next year. Now, I could be wrong and Microsoft decides to keep that exclusive to the platform, but in all honesty, I can't rule out that game. Now, the games personally that I can rule out, like I said before, is Forza, Halo, Fable, Gears, these type of games that make up the core identity of Xbox. Now, we're going to move on to the PlayStation. Like I was saying, a lot of PlayStation fans, they're celebrating this like it's some type of win for them that they're going to get to enjoy some of these games on their platforms. Now, like I said, these are not the tried and true first-party games. However, they are games made by Microsoft, and Sony fans will get to enjoy it. Now, in a previous video, I talked about Sony's president talking about expanding their games on PC. Now, a lot of people seem to think that this is not going to be a thing. It's not going to be day and date. It's just going to be the same old thing. Now, if he came out and said that he's going to be more aggressive pursuing games on other platforms, on putting their PlayStation titles on other platforms to generate more revenue, that cannot mean the status quo. Right now, we have like a 2-year delay on a lot of games that are on PlayStation making an appearance on other platforms, specifically the PC. Now, recently, Helldivers released on the PC, and it is doing awesome numbers. Now, it was day and date on the PlayStation, it was day and date on the PC, and this game is breaking records. Now, I recently purchased this game. You've been seeing gameplay footage throughout the video, and I gotta say, it's a pretty good game. Now, the majority of players right now are on PC. Now, there were some numbers coming out like it was 80% on PC, 20% on PlayStation. Then it was clarified that those numbers are not right. Now, the official numbers, or at least the last reported numbers, are anywhere from 65 to 75% of players are on the PC. So I don't understand how the PlayStation fanboys are celebrating this as some huge victory. Most of the users are on PC, which adds to the argument that it is better to release your games day and date on other platforms. And if you think that Sony doesn't see the impact that this game had releasing it on PC the same time as the PlayStation 5, and how 65 to 75% of the players are actually on a different platform that is not PlayStation, you better believe they see that money coming in, and I believe this will lead them to release more games day and date on PC. Now, Newis sent this over to me. Shout out to Newis. And he says, hey, D-Batch, I was noticing that you were talking on Crossfire about day one PlayStation games coming to PC. Well, the next and first single player is Until Dawn Remaster. It comes day one on PC this year. Next will be Marathon. So we have 2 more games that are coming this year, day and date on PC as well as PlayStation. Yet nobody wants to say that Sony is going third party, because technically they are. The PC platform, Steam, is a completely different platform from the PlayStation, and they are now officially releasing games day and date. And if Helldivers is any indication of the profits that they will receive releasing their games day and date on PC and PlayStation, you better believe that they're going to do more of it. If Until Dawn comes out, the remaster, and it does great numbers on PC and PlayStation 5 day and date. Now, they're no fools. Bungie, their game Marathon will be coming out Xbox and PC day and date. Why? Because it makes sense. Now, I'm not saying exclusives don't matter, but when it comes to other platforms, specifically PC, I don't believe it matters. And I think Sony is starting to get this idea. And when the money starts to roll in, all of these companies, their number one goal is to make as much money as possible. They're going to release more games day and date. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. The president did a Q&A. I'll link it in the description down below. I can't remember where it came from. But anyways, he was asked, what will be the keys to improving your operation margin? He went on to say, when it comes to the PlayStation 5, one challenge is to set the console cycle apart from the PlayStation 4 and previous generations is that we find it difficult to reduce our costs during the course of the cycle. Unlike high-spec PCs, PS consoles enable us to offer an immersive experience for many people in a safe environment with an affordable price. To offer that kind of experience with the cost for components like chips and memory on the rise, one key will be that we will continue to sell consoles without substantial discounts during the course of the product's life cycle. So this basically means don't expect any more cuts on the PlayStation 5. That's pretty much as low as they can make it, at least for the foreseeable future. Now, he goes on to say, by engaging in product planning that ensures affordability for consumers, another driver will be first-party titles. Strong titles that achieve growth on the PlayStation 5, PCs, and other platforms will widen our margins. We believe that we have the opportunity for margin improvement and intend to pursue them aggressively. So for those of you out there thinking that Sony isn't also thinking about bringing their games to other platforms, I don't know what to say to you guys. This is the president saying this. I quote, strong titles that achieve growth on the PlayStation 5, PCs, and other platforms will widen our margins. So if that's not the definition of third party, of releasing your games on other platforms, they didn't just say PlayStation 5 and PC. They said PlayStation 5, PC, and other platforms. But once again, you don't have to take my word for it. Let's go to Engadget, and they go on to report that Sony may shrink the gap between the launches of its PlayStation's exclusives and PC ports. Company president Hiroki Tataki, I always mess his name up, I'm sorry guys. Anyways, he suggested in a post-earning call Q&A session Wednesday with VGC that he wants the PlayStation to go aggressively on improving our margin performance with multi-platform games playing a significant role. He clarified in the talk by multi-platform he meant on the PlayStation and PC, not the Xbox and Switch. Okay, so here we have a little bit of clarification. So he's not really talking about bringing those games to the Xbox and Switch. but he is talking about bringing those games to PC. So we're going to start to see a lot of games day and date on PC. And I'll be honest with you guys, if the next God of War comes day and date on PC, they are going to break numbers. If the next Spider-Man game comes day and date on PC, I can just imagine the records that they would break with that launch. Let's just be honest here. PC, PlayStation, Xbox, they're all different platforms. The gamers are not the same, and Sony is realizing this. Microsoft already realized this, and they released their games on the PC. They're seeing the most growth in Game Pass on PC. They're selling a lot of games on PC. They're doing fantastic on PC. This is where they're making a lot of their money. Console growth is a little bit stagnant for both Microsoft and Sony. Yes, Sony is selling a lot of consoles, but they're not selling enough software. They need to sell more software. All the companies, it's across the board. Maybe the only ones that don't suffer so much is Nintendo. Nintendo is like that unicorn. I just don't understand it, but Nintendo, they sell gangbuster numbers. They're a hit with the kids, and honestly, there's some adults that really swear by Nintendo. That's neither here nor there. My point is that the industry needs to grow, and right now, it's growing in the PC segment. Microsoft is already taking advantage of that, and Sony sees the profits that Microsoft is making, and they want to increase their revenue. So the natural selection, of course, is releasing your games on PC day and date. Helldivers is doing fantastic. Until Dawn, I expect to do well. Marathon is going to do well. Any game that they release that's an exclusive on their platform day and date on PC, it's going to do well. I would say it might even sell more numbers than on the PlayStation 5 itself. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Personally, I think the days of exclusives are kind of coming to an end. I'm not saying that there's not going to be exclusive. There will always be exclusives. In my honest opinion, I think it's now the battle for PC. I think that PlayStation wants to get into the PC market more aggressively. They realize that releasing their games 2 years later, a year later, it's not good enough. Although they're making good profits, they could make a lot more profits. There's a lot of missed opportunity by not releasing their games day and date, and they're realizing this. And they've said it in plain English. I don't know what to say to you guys. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think about all of this. What do you think about Microsoft releasing their games on the PlayStation platform? What are your thoughts on PlayStation releasing their games day and date on PlayStation 5 and PC? Let me know in the comment section down below. And like I usually say, please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.